Hi guys, David Texas here. What you're looking at is a nice little true tone amplifier, right? In pretty good shape, other than some grill cloth problems with the owner said he'd fix himself. A little bit on the dirty, dusty side. We'll just wash off the dust, not the rust. And as you can see, it's a pretty slick little setup. And we're going to put on a 3-prong cord and fix one of the potentiometers on it, and that will be that for this amp, because it's working pretty decently. Let me show you how it sounds when we're playing it. Okay, so you saw it come right on. You hear some noise right now. It's not any squeaky. Well, I take that back. There's the pot we need to clean up. Right? That one right there. That's the reverb pot. Alright? So we're going to try to clean that before we replace it. And let's just hear it play for a second. And we're also going to put a 3-prong cord on it. So it's all working. No static, no hum, no nothing. Nice little amp to be as old as it is. It's like 50 years old. Comes from Western Auto. They used to sell them then out of those stores. It's got a loud click off when it's being turned off. That's, I understand, common with these little amps. I've worked on one of these before, years back, and it was in better shape cosmetically than this one, but had a lot of problems with it, okay? So, first things we got to do, guys, is get the back off this and get the chassis out to put that new prong cord on, so hang in there. Okay, let's get the back off this thing, right? And go from there. Wow, this thing is so full of dirt. It's unbelievable. It's got, what the hell's that? Oh, you're kidding me. Okay, guys, you will never believe this without me showing it to you. Man, I have seen all kinds of things that back up amps, from cords to play sheet music to speaker cables, guitar cables, you name it, as well as a little bag of marijuana. Look at this. Can y'all see that? There's a rubber in there. It's still all curled up like normal, so I hope it's not been touched. Ye gods. I'll get that out with a vacuum cleaner. Oh my God. Believe it or not, guys, that's not the only one that's in there. Wow, this guy was playing for a big evening. It's a 3-pack that's inside this thing. Look at this. And they're all still rolled up, so I'm just going to vacuum these things up and get them the hell out of there. I wonder if the owner knew what was in this thing when he brought it over. Like, ew, gross. Okay, so that's gotta be the prize winner for the weirdest kind of crap that I found in the back of an amp. You know, of course, that's not over yet. I'm sure I'll find some more weird in the back of these things. But 3 unused rubbers, that's bizarre. Like I said, the guy's probably planning on a big night. And didn't get a chance to use them. There's no way you curl them back up after you use them like, you know, a rubber. You know, put it back into its original state. Yeah. I wonder how old those things are. Oh, God. It's like, brother, you ought to be happy you didn't use that. You're probably in a couple of kids. You know, as nasty as they look, worn out as they look. Great. I've got a boogered up screw, guys. Damn it. I hate this when this happens. You'll look here. I've got a threadbare screw. I mean, it is bare. And I don't know if I, well, hold on. I may have one that'll get that thing out. Nope, it's completely stripped. It's around in a circle. So what you do then, guys, you try to find an Allen to fit it. Okay? I've got plenty of those to try with. So let's cut away while I find an Allen to fit that and get that out of there. Okay, rather than having a chance to get, stuck in my vacuum cleaner, I'm gonna take these out with these needle nose, drop them in my trash can. Like I said, these are unused, thank God. Ew. Unused. Yuck. 3 of them, guys. 3 rubbers. Are they ribbed? I don't know. I don't want to find out. Okay, so let's get the vacuum going and get this thing cleaned out, and then take a look at what else got going on in here and how to get this chassis out of this body. Right? This has been a long time since I worked on one of these models. So, get ready for the noise, boys. Okay, so that got all that dirt out there, the dust and the rat turds, the little mice turds. God almighty, this thing is nasty with a capital N. Oh gosh. Well, first thing, guys, I'm gonna wash my hands with my shop's hand sanitizer. And I don't think anyone's gonna blame me for doing that just after this shot. Yeah, anytime that you're working around, you know, stuff like that, like a barn find, okay, you do not want to get that stuff on your hands. You don't want to inhale the fumes or the dust from it, okay? That's why I had a dust mask on. Of course I can't show you that. Well, yeah, I can show you what it looks like. When I'm working around amps like this, I have rat turds and I'm using one of these dust masks. Okay, if you're going to work on a true tone amp, guys, there's one thing you got to be aware of. A lot of the models I've worked with in the past absolutely wrap the chassis around the speaker board to where you can't get it out, all right, without taking the speaker board out first, okay? That's why you see this thing's all missing in here, and it's all down here, right? So they wrap that metal around it, you know, the board itself. Only way it'll come out, guys, right? Unless you want to start, you know, breaking wood. But you got to take out the reverb box. You got to take out all the screws in the way of the travel, because it's got to be pulled out like this way. And the best way to do it is grab a hold of the speaker itself, pull it, and slide it backwards. Okay. When I pulled it out, I wasn't thinking that nobody's seen this before, but maybe no one has. You know, how to get these things out of here, and they've been very frustrated, I'm sure, trying to get these chassis out. Okay, and there's a lot of old amps built like this, whereas, you know, you have to pretty much disassemble the whole damn thing just to get your chassis out to work on it, right? And that's what's known as protecting your repair people. Or your repair sources. You know, don't make it anywhere near easy to get these things out and work on them by the owners. Make it damn difficult. Well, they did. You also see inside the amp where someone's dropped just a ton of parts down in it and didn't know how to get them back out again. All right, let's just zoom in there. See all those? Those are lock washers. Nuts, you know, all kinds of crud. Anyway, still got some rat turds in there. Gotta get that out of there and get my mask back on before I inhale any of that stuff. Okay, guys. Now, if you recall, we were working on a true tone amp, and it was only my job to go ahead and work on some potentiometers that were scratchy. One was not working too well. Fix the input jacks. Give a general cleanup and look over and test, and everything was fine on the board. Nothing burnt, right? Everything was pretty much the way it's supposed to be. And then a couple days ago I looked at it again, and look what happened. We're going to zoom in here as best we can. These wires are in my way, but if you look at this pot here, it's busted open, it's leaking. See that? Now, This took place after I quoted the repair on it to the owner. And I'm the kind of guy that doesn't go back on his quote and say, oh, by the way, now it's much more money because I found this broken part. No. This will come in this very same price originally I quoted it. And I just didn't expect this to happen because they look like they're in perfect shape to me, right? And you see how these traces are done, these old styles, right? So you can burn these up very quickly, and you gotta be very careful with them. But rather than just replace one capacitor, I'll replace two of them, right? Two side by sides. They're 1,000 microfarads at 50 volts. I'll go ahead and replace both of them because I think the other one's going to fail as well. And I don't want that to happen to this guy. I don't want you all of a sudden go, oh, by the way, I was playing it and this one broke too. It's like, oh boy, what, alrighty. So, we're going to go in there and replace this set of capacitors and get this thing fixed up and put back together again with a new 3-way cord, and we'll be finished with it. The pots are okay now, right? But it will still go through a power up and a test up for the pots and the capacitors, make sure that they form up properly. So, all right, so if you look, I'm using these Nichicon capacitors. I didn't cheap out on this. I think they're some of the best made. It's got a long leg to it. It's bent over into the trace. You see that? So I have to melt into the traces to get it off. But good thing is there's no trace below it that may cause an issue trying to get that off there. So I'll melt this. Get it off there. Get it away, that's it. Okay. Sure, I'm free of that. So I may have some still on there holding it. I do. It's gonna come off. It's got it. Yeah, that time I was quick enough to get it off there. Alright. Now, just gotta push it through like that. And she's out, so that's good. Alright, get the other one off. They're posting. And it's right beside that, wow, it's right beside another soldered trace. That's not good. And they really got a lot on there too, guys. So, I'm gonna try to get this off just as carefully as I can and not get it on the other trace. Let me try to touch the other trace so I can keep from it. Alright, got it off there, good. So let that cool down a bit so it doesn't stick back onto the original like they tend to do. Let's see if that's free or not. Yep, it is. Okay, so I can get this off here anytime I want now. And rather than reheat it and stand you have to do some more damage, I'll cut that leg off with that little bit of solder remained. If I can cut it, what are you staying on there for? Well, shoot. As you can see, there's an extra piece of solder hanging on there. I just don't want to heat it up just to get this thing off out of the hole. You know what I mean? There we go, now it's off. Okay, so the solder is off, part comes out. This particular cap will be given back to the owner, but I think it's still working. The other one was shot, but you know, you just don't take kind of chances with these. Even if you see one that's leaking and still working, you you know, if it's within a specification, you still get rid of it, you know, because it's leaking. And sooner or later, it's going to burst all the pieces and really cause some damage. You got me? Alright, so next one goes on in same way. Negative at the bottom, positive at the top. Just like that. Try to keep these all lined up with one another. It looks somewhat uniform. And I'm not the world's best at making these look great. You know, getting them all squared up, you know, like a machine would do it, but I do get them on there, make sure they're on there right, and that you can at least read what the values of them are. Unlike some places I know do. Okay, and this one went which way? Down like that. Okay, I'm going to have to cut that one right there. Is it on there very well? That's as tight as that's going to get. Alright, so I need to clip this one. So I didn't get on too many things. Come on, damn it. Alright, there she goes. That bends down. Let's clip this one and not be any longer than the original one. Come on, I know you clipped. I heard you. I need to get some new clippers, guys. These things are wearing out. I haven't used them for so long. Alright, that's nice and tight there. That's nice and flat right there. Of course, to solder it. So here we go. Let's finish this job up. Right. Nice and shiny. Nice solid. Alright, and there we got that one. And we didn't bugger up any of the traces. Right? Might look a little, you know, shaky there and a little rough, but you don't go back and do things, you know, when you got them done and it's finished, and if you're just looking to make it look nice, you can always screw up the trace, you know. So there we go. Those are two main caps out of this thing. Had to be replaced because one of them burst, and this cost me some money. Okay, and I'll not be getting back. I didn't quote replacing these. And the rest of this is just kind of get it back to where it belongs, back in the right spot, and finish it up. Okay, so oh yeah, next thing to do actually is to replace this old beat up cord and put a new one in there.